to keep an eye on Michigan State or fill out a bracket?
I filled out a few.
How many's a few? How many brackets you do?
3.
How far is Michigan State going in each of those brackets?
And one of them we're winning it, and the other one we're winning it, and then the other one we're going to like the Final Four.
Not surprised.
Have you talked to Izzo at all leading up to this stuff? Little text message.
Oh yeah, he texts here and there. Obviously, I know how he is that time of year, or this time of year, so whether it's a text at 4 a.m. East Coast time or 4 a.m. West Coast time, he's going to answer me. So.
What are your favorite memories from that time, those college days?
I think March, is always the most fun. I'll never forget the Final Four my freshman year. That was pretty amazing in Detroit. It's cool.
Are the other guys as big of super fans as you are? Do they have a chance?
Yeah, some guys are. Steph follows it whether his team's in it or not. But his team gets in every now and then. Clay never follows it because Washington State never makes it. A few more guys that follows it, but it's fun. We all do a bracket, so it's cool.
Hey, Draymond, Steve talked yesterday at the beginning of the home stretch. I think 15 games left now. How much do you feel like the end's in sight and this is sort of one last push?
You can definitely feel it. Everything's getting ramped up a bit. Rotations are, starting to get there. And everybody's just trying to get better, at this time of year. So. Definitely feel it and kind of see the end.
And there's also
the end of the beginning.
He talked on the last trip, obviously, about the importance of the 1 seed. How important is the 1 seed to you? How much does that matter?
It used to be really important. At this point, it really doesn't matter anymore. You just want to be healthy. You want to put yourself in the best position to be successful. Come playoff time. And that doesn't always mean the 1 seed. So. Just want to get there healthy and keep getting better each and every day.
You get abuse the word about all this. The Warriors are slumping, they're in trouble. Is it comical or is it annoying? Do you read it?
I don't really pay attention enough for it to be annoying. I'm rarely on social media, so maybe if I stroll down Bleacher Report here and there, I'll see something like, oh, the Warriors are in trouble. It's more funny to me. No comical.
How do you guys do today the other night?
You can't. But you want to be to somewhat of that level. To play that level of defense for 48 minutes is nearly impossible. But you just know that you have to be locked in. Now, does that necessarily mean holding someone to 14 points in a quarter? No. But holding the 21 is great, So I think it's more so just trying to get as close to that level as possible, But like I said, to be there for 48 minutes is almost impossible.
Were you surprised by energy early the other night in the first couple quarters, considering you guys had the 2-day break?
I wouldn't necessarily say surprised. You would think it'd be better, but at the end of the day, when you're in the rut, you're in the rut. And things just aren't going to go right. You have to. Until you start to really fight. And I think, coming out, you expect, all right, we're at home, we had a couple days off, we're going to come out and it's just going to happen. And then all of a sudden you get a wake-up call that it's not just going to happen, you got to make it happen. And once we did that, it all changed for us.
What's the proof to you? One complete game blowout, or what does it take?
You feel it. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's necessarily a number, a game, but you start to feel better.
You don't feel it yet? Or do you?
You feel like you got something to build on, but you can't let one good quarter fool you.
Right. Why did you decide to pick up? When did you decide to do that?
I just felt like, we needed to just do something different, just kind of change the intensity of the game. And I just decided to just come in and walking out the time up. I was like, all right, I guess I'll go pick him up and see what happens. maybe I'll come up with a steal. But at worst, they start the offense a little bit later.
Coach Kerr complimented the way heartbeat of this team in a lot of situations. Guys have echoed that. So that's nothing new for you necessarily, but what does it mean to you that that's part of your identity?
I mean, it means you have to bring it each and every night. Knowing that, you try to stay as even keel as possible. It never really happens that way, but, really putting yourself aside, and doing whatever it takes, to help this team out.
How much better on average offense is this year compared to last year? It seems like point totals across the board are...
Yeah, I don't really keep up with that stuff. I see certain teams get better, better than they were last year, but I don't really keep up with the totals or, what's up, league average or any of that stuff. Just try to identify certain things that teams are doing. Like I said, which teams are getting better and try to act on that.
Draymond, we see you communicating with your teammates. In some ways, it's like you're coaching them up a little bit. How can you tell whether they're listening or not?
About what they do. It's, a guy can give you, all right, I got you, and then go do exactly what they said they got you the opposite way. So, and then someone like Clay, you wouldn't even think he's listening to you, and all of a sudden he do it the next play. So it's kind of just action, really. You don't really take too much from the body language, or if someone looks like they're listening or not. You kind of just try to see where they are in the next few plays.
But what can you do when you sense they?
When you know someone's not listening, then you have to decide the next action. And it's not always the same.
People are talking you up. Do you feel this is the best defensive season you have? Do you think you are?
I think it is the best defensive season I've had because I've continued to grow. When I look at the last couple of years, I think each year I got better defensively, and I think this year I've gotten better. So I do think it's my best season defensively. But just not number-wise. I think, the numbers are up a little bit more, but I actually feel better, about what I've done on the defensive end than I have in any other year.
Career of being, fourth quarter, crunch time person as far as defensive effort goes. How do you flip that switch, especially in the fourth quarter?
I think it's just a competitive nature, knowing that you got to do whatever it takes to win, knowing that, you have to cut down on the mistakes in the fourth quarter, have to be extra locked in the fourth quarter, and really pick the intensity level up because it really picks up in the fourth quarter. So I think it's a mixture of, quite a few things that I don't have to just be ready for, but everyone is different, it's not always the same. Some games requires you to do different things. I think it's all about being able to make those adjustments.
Is it something that, or is it your teammates or coaches that kind of spark you in that?
I mean, I definitely think it has to be some internal, and then there's that game where you just don't have it, and someone comes and give you that spark, give you that boost. So I think it's a mixture of both.
Hey, how's KD doing?
As far as I know, he's doing great. Look like he's moving a little better, but that's to be expected. He's going to walk better as the days go. So as far as I know, he's doing great.
How much of a source of motivation or inspiration is where you were drafted? Does that still drive you?
I'll never forget that, but there's always different things that drive you. That particular thing won't drive you in every instance. In every case, there's different things to push you. So that'll always be a part of me, but that's not what drives me every day.
Thank you.